Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness hosted U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio during a two-day high-level visit to the island last week. Several issues relating to new policy directives from the U.S. government that have been the source of regional and public concern in Jamaica were addressed. Following bilateral talks, clarity was given on the future of foreign aid to Jamaica, the Cuban medical program, and the impact of travel advisories issued for the island. Responding to accusation that the Cuban government is exploiting medical workers, Prime Minister Holness stressed that this was not the case in Jamaica.
Jamaica has a deficit in health personnel, primarily because many of our health personnel have migrated to other countries. We are, however, very careful not to exploit the Cuban doctors who are here. We ensure that they are treated within our labor laws and benefit like any other worker. So any characterization of the program by others certainly would not be applicable to Jamaica.
Every country operates their program differently. And obviously, because of our relationship with Jamaica, we're going to engage with them on that and talk about it further and have a better understanding. Perhaps none of this applies in the way it's handled here.
On the matter of travel advisories issued for the island, Prime Minister Holness challenged the current warning advising Americans to reconsider visiting the country due to high crime rates. This designation has serious implications for the tourism sector.
Jamaica today is safer than at any time in the last 2 decades. In fact, crimes against visitors represent less than 0.01% of the more than 3 million visitors to Jamaica annually.
The U.S. Secretary of State said the matter would be reviewed.
Those travel advisories are designed to American travelers. And I think we need to analyze that and just ensure that the status we're currently in accurately reflects the status quo and takes into account the progress you've already made this year and made last year, year over year, which I think is one of the highest numbers in terms of reductions that we've seen of any country in the region.
Moving on to foreign aid, Secretary Rubio reaffirmed the U.S.'s commitment to the program, but said it would be strategically aligned with U.S. foreign policy priorities and the needs of partner nations.
At the end, our partner in Jamaica, our partner all over the world, is the government. It's the host governments who have a clear vision for the future. And to the extent that our foreign aid can be helpful, it is in furtherance of what the people of your country have elected you to carry out.
Another outcome of the meeting was a renewed partnership on security matters of concern to both countries and the wider Caribbean. These include combating transnational crime, border security, lottery scamming, trafficking of guns, and building safer communities. On the specific issue of lottery scamming, the U.S. Secretary of State pledged the provision of synthetic detection equipment, software, and night vision technology. On the matter of regional security, Prime Minister Holness called for more support for Haiti amidst renewed protests and growing anxiety over the possibility of armed gangs seizing control of the capital.
I think we're at a phase in Haiti where there has to be a rapid expansion of the Haitian National Police, the HNP, in terms of the manpower and resources, because ultimately the HNP has to take on the gangs. The present holding situation that we have is not necessarily moving the situation forward as we would all like. So there would have to be a significant expansion in resources in support of the HNP to enable them to take on the gangs.
Also on the agenda were the expansion of trade relations, leveraging Jamaica's location as a premier transshipment hub in the Americas, and ways to expand and enhance labor agreements.
I'm confident that the dialogue initiated today will lead to tangible outcomes, benefiting both our peoples and contributing to mutual stability and prosperity.
Prime Minister Holness also met one-on-one with the Prime Ministers of Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago, as well as the head of Haiti's Transitional Council. Last week also found Prime Minister Holness welcoming the public-private partnership for the night rams of Waterloo Housing Complex. The 47 luxury unit development, comprised of 1- and 2-bedroom apartments, is jointly funded by the Jamaica Mortgage Bank and the Sagicor.
The NITRAM is a model of what is possible when the private sector initiative aligns with the national policy priorities, when excellence in design, safety, sustainability, and inclusivity meet the urgent and evolving needs of our citizens.
Dr. Holness says the government is repositioning responsible agencies for housing to meet these needs among all demographics. Measures include listing the Jamaica Mortgage Bank on the Jamaica Stock Exchange to acquire additional capital to fund more projects.
You can participate in the wealth that it will create. We will then target and focus, as we have been doing, the HAJ and the NHD to focus now on developing more of the middle lower and affordable housing solutions. And for those persons who have no income whatsoever, we are building out and scaling up the new social housing program where we provide housing for the poorest of the poor.
Closing out the week, Prime Minister Holness journeyed to St. Mary, where he commissioned Phase 1 of the Mason Hall water supply system. The $70 million project is benefiting approximately 1,200 residents.
We believe that development must be inclusive. Everyone must be involved, whether you are living in urban areas or in rural communities. It must be equitable, meaning it must be fair.
Phase 2 of the project will commence at the beginning of the new financial year. It will cost an additional $100 million and is to benefit over 1,500 residents. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news stories coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.